In recent weeks, the controversy surrounding Suga, a member of BTS, has highlighted the intensity of media scrutiny in South Korea. A minor incident involving an electric scooter sparked a wave of media coverage that not only affected the artist's reputation, but also called into question the country's journalistic practices. The article by Lotus explores how Suga's genuinely sincere apology became the focal point of a media storm, revealing the deep dysfunction in how Korean media handles public figures. 2 weeks ago, BTS's Suga caught fans, known as ARMY, off guard by issuing an apology via Weverse. He detailed that after drinking at dinner, he had decided to ride an electric kickboard the short distance back to his home, where he fell outside the building. Suga explained that while he had not been aware it was illegal to do so, it did not excuse his actions and that he took full accountability for his mistake. The apology was sincere and heartfelt, showing the global superstar's remorse and humility. Suga's license was revoked, and he was issued a fine. That should have been the end of it. But the massive media gauntlet that ensued has left many onlookers concerned about the ethics and journalistic practices of South Korean media. Min Yoongi, best known as Suga of BTS or Agusti, has been credited as a producer, songwriter, rapper, and singer. Gaining fans for his honest and raw lyrics, openly speaking about his own trauma and struggles, as well as writing lyrical encouragement for those facing their own hardships. He has a reputation for being kind and patient, as well as genuinely caring. We have heard stories from a delivery driver about how Suga had told them to take their time, even if they were late. As it was raining and Suga cared more about the delivery person's safety than the speed of delivery. Those serving with Yoongi say he brought snacks and drinks on their first day. During his D-Day encore concerts in Seoul, he rented out additional space with air conditioning to keep staff and ARMY cool. With that same mentality of care and genuineness, Suga wanted to be the first to speak on the matter and apologize to fans. Taking his own lyrics and societal criticisms to heart, he immediately took accountability without a second thought. To those witnessing this as an international audience, Yoongi had already gone above and beyond what is expected of most global celebs. However, this only seemed to anger the local media, as well as various K-pop fandoms, inciting 2 weeks of witch hunting like mad villagers frothing at the mouths. Hundreds of articles were released filled with baseless and false allegations. Multiple fake videos were shared as exclusive footage of Suga. Claims he and his company lied, claims he was riding a scooter, Vespa, claims he was found passed out, openly spreading lies about his blood alcohol content and how far he rode. Even after the actual CCTV footage was released, and there was undeniable proof that Suga had spoken the truth, most would not admit to their wrongdoing. There were some retractions, some articles deleted, and any apologies were brief and dismissive, refusing to correct themselves with claims they were still investigating. Media outlets then began to change their tactics, like changing positive articles to negative ones after they'd already gained likes and views. They even openly threatened Suga to appear at a photo line, the implications of which is admitted guilt. Even if an investigation is ongoing and the celebrity suspect is completely innocent, they are still forced into this act of public humiliation. It doesn't matter what they did or the outcome afterwards, you will be publicly shamed then and afterwards with those photos. It is a publicly acceptable form of blackmail and bullying. Even after the police announced that they had banned public summons by order, the press turned out in droves, packed along either side of the entrance. Some even sporting ladders for a better view. After hours, the police did nothing, and it became clear they did not intend to stand by their words. The press returned again and camped outside the station for a second day, successfully forcing Suga to participate in a photo line. He publicly apologized once more and bowed his head. When you look at the behavior of the press and how these so-called journalists can openly lie without substantial consequences or pushback, you start to realize just how acceptable it is to make anything a scandal, no matter how frivolous or dangerous it can be. K-pop fandoms carry a level of toxicity that is normalized amongst them, but startling when you're seeing it from the outside. They will defend rapists and murderers, but also turn on their artist if there's a dating scandal. There have been sit-in protests for artists dating because K-media makes the mere act of dating a scandal. It has become normalized to participate in fandom fights armed with racism, xenophobia, homophobia, and all manner of vile things. It has become normalized to openly body shame and even create lies just as horrendous as K-media puts out, all for the sake of defending their artist. And it's easy to see why it is so acceptable for these people to behave badly when the media is doing the same, showing them the way. It's so easy to see how, as a team, these K-pop fans and corrupt journalists team up to destroy lives. What is worse is we all know the consequences. We have seen over and over how this bullying culture has cost people their lives. It's a culture that strips people of their humanity. The belief that just because they are celebrities, they are deserving of hostile treatment and disdain. That because they are famous, they owe the public perfection. Or else. An outsider cannot be blamed for wondering just how deep this corruption runs. As the police have taken what should have been an open and shut case and turned it into a 2-week-long investigation. It didn't take that long when a police officer had been so drunk, they passed out while riding a scooter and had to be taken to the hospital. There was no scandal around a former baseball player who, 4 days after the incident with Suga, got behind the wheel of a car drunk and caused an accident. It's very clear that this is a case of targeted harassment. Korean citizens have expressed their disappointment and concern over the media's tactics on social media. Several have brought up the late actor Lee Seung-kyun. The Parasite actor passed away tragically after being the target of the media's harassment. It was such a travesty that it even prompted famous director Bong Joon-ho to organize a protest against K-media's extreme tactics. Now, many of the comments you see question whether all this is necessary, express how uncomfortable they are with this, and ask if the media has already forgotten the blood on their hands. As a group, BTS has shared Korean culture, music, and language all across the world. They have shown their pride in their home, time and time again. It would not be an exaggeration to say they have earned their place in the history books. However, now that South Korea is positioned on the global stage, in no small part thanks to their homegrown megastars, they now have a reputation to maintain. All eyes are watching right now, questioning their journalistic integrity and how they get away with openly lying and threatening people for a catchy headline. The world sees how they pick and choose who to ostracize and punish. Now it's up to them to recognize this problem and decide if they care more about maintaining a harmful and heartless ritual or the judgment from the rest of the world. With so many calling attention to it and demanding a change, how long can Korean media expect to keep the trust and respect from their audience? How long can they keep an audience that doesn't believe in them anymore? As for Suga, his fans have bolstered around him in support, creating hashtags, fan letters, and even street banners letting the rapper know he has ARMY right behind him. In conclusion, Suga's case highlights not only the vulnerability of public figures under media scrutiny, but also the need to offer support and understanding instead of rush judgment. Despite the whirlwind of criticism and media pressure, Suga has demonstrated exemplary sincerity and responsibility in addressing his mistake and publicly apologizing. This incident underscores the importance of empathy and backing for those facing challenges, especially in the demanding entertainment industry. As Suga moves forward with the support of his fans and ARMY, it is crucial that society and the media learn to handle such situations with greater fairness and respect.